Dragon Ball Draft League Week 2 Drama Report. The West City Titans defeat the Chicago Bulls in a 5-3 matchup at home. After the matchup, the West City Titans had this to say. This is almost certainly in reference to Dr. Wheelo not being able to perform at the highest level. The head coach of Chicago was quick to respond, where he said, "We would have never lost had that cheating nobody Yajirobe wasn't popping perks before the game. We are coming for you, West City. Hashtag this ain't over. Hashtag your days are numbered." And showing no remorse for the possible Senzu Bean scandal going on with Yajirobe, the head coach of the West City Titans, Gabe himself, posted this to further rub dirt into the wounds to the now 0-2 Chicago Bulls. In other news, pre-game to their matchup, the head coach of the New Amsterdam Fighting Force called out the head coach of the Sector 6 Supertastic Super Saiyan, saying that DJ Christmas is getting fucked up tonight. Raccoon is ready to pick up 2 more KOs against the Supertastic Super Bums. He might even be feeling greedy and go for 3. Unfortunately, this wasn't the case for the New Amsterdam Fighting Force. They actually fell to the Sector 6 Supertastic Super Saiyans 5-3 in a matchup that was never really in danger of being lost. Unfortunately, Raccoon also did not get on the scoreboard, and on the opposite end, Vegito Mini did establish himself as a dangerous transformation, going for 3 KOs and establishing himself as one of the top dogs in the league. And afterwards, there was nothing but respect from the head coach of the New Amsterdam Fighting Force, as he admittedly let everyone know that DJ Christmas spread our cheeks last night. "I didn't expect his star fighter to be such a threat and can't wait for our next fight. I'll make sure to keep that monkey in check next time. We'll see you in the finals." And then capping off our week, we had our final matchup between 2 of our more quieter teams in the league, as the Cosmic Conquerors propelled themselves to 2-0 with a 5-3 victory over the now 0-2 Minnesota Mortys. And speaking of 0-2, here are our standings through 2 weeks of action. And here are our stat leaders. In terms of generating stats, any stats acquired while participating in a fusion will be halved between both parties of the fusion. That is why Vegeta Daima is still our stat leader at 4.5 KOs on the season. But the drama doesn't stop there. This is week 3 that we're going into, meaning this is our trade deadline. The Chicago Bulls were the first to try and fix their team through the trade block as they tried to obtain Gohan Superhero from the Cosmic Conquerors. The Cosmic Conquerors were quick to let them know that Gohan Superhero is not going anywhere, to where Chicago replied, "He's going straight to IR if you field him when you play him against Chicago." And then the Supertastic Super Saiyans are quickly trying to move Chaozu. Anyone looking for a stud named Chaozu? Asking for a friend. The head coach of the West City Titans had this to say, "Your boy over here on some goodbye TN shit. Please come get your dog." The first trade agreed upon was by the New Amsterdam Fighting Force and the Sector 6 Supertastic Super Saiyans. The Sector 6 Supertastic Super Saiyans received Piccolo in exchange for the newly signed Stitch from Disney's hit movie Lilo and Stitch. This was all part of a bigger plan for the Sector 6 Supertastic Super Saiyans, as they eventually turned and traded Piccolo alongside with Krillin and some draft picks to the Chicago Bulls in exchange for Cell Jr. and Kid Trunks. This fetch quest capped off with the ultimate crescendo, where the Sector 6 Supertastic Super Saiyans approached the West City Titans to trade Vegeta Z-Scouter for Kid Trunks and Yamcha, thus returning Yamcha to his hometown of West City. The madness was not yet over though, as the Sector 6 Supertastic Super Saiyans had one more superstar they needed to deal, and they moved Chaozu plus $1 to Chicago in exchange for $1. One may say Chaozu was given away, but the Sector 6 Supertastic Super Saiyans are saying they cut some dead weight. The Chicago Bulls were the first ones to reach out and publicly welcome their new fighters. The Bulls proudly welcomed these 2 new Z fighters to our team, the strongest man on Earth, Krillin, and the pride of Planet Namek, Mr. Piccolo. Hashtag boo down. The Chicago Bulls were also the first team to say goodbye to some of their fighters, as they said thank you Cell Jr. and Kid Trunks for giving it your all in practice for our city. Best wishes in your future endeavors. We hope to see you on the field someday. Hashtag da boos, sent from Chichis iPhone. Which is abundantly important to point out because the West City Titans are happy to welcome home Kiba Clone. The face of the franchise is back where he belongs. Hashtag Fang over Fang, meaning that Yamcha is back in West City, where Chichi is currently signed. Things might get a little sticky going forward, especially with Yamcha admitting that he only came back home for Chichis. In other news, Krillin is now channeling his inner CJ McCollum, as he copied this tweet and let everyone know that you gotta pack them bags just in case nowadays. If Yams got traded, only the Lord knows. And speaking of the Lord, the Chicago Bulls are welcoming the newest Pope, who welcomed the mini monk himself, Krillin, to Chicago just yesterday. Lord knows they're now headed to the finals. Hashtag boo down, hashtag new Pope, hashtag as written. It's only a matter of time now before the Chicago Bulls can turn things around. Piccolo is frustrated with his new trade destination. As a member of the Chicago Bulls now, it is possible that for the second time in 2 weeks, he will get his face pounded in by a little red monkey. But on the bright side, it seems that with the mini monk, they are possibly working on a new fusion. Or intercourse. This post is very vague. And as always, I am the captain of the 1912 Titanic swim team and your commissioner of the Dragon Ball Sparking Zero Draft League, Jonas Rex, signing out.